Taming has come to Enshrouded, allowing you to have dogs, cats, and a bunch of other animals. To tame any of these animals, you'll first need to craft the bait at the farmer. After you craft the bait, you're ready to go. But before we go taming, let's build a place to put these animals. Feel free to check out the timestamps and skip around, but don't forget to leave a like. When you build an area for your animals, leave off the door and build a half wall instead. They really like to run out of the door when it's open, and your NPCs love to open the door. You'll also need a feeder with food and a bed under a roof, or the animal won't produce its material. You can cram all the beds together to save space. Put the feeding bowls in the middle of the room so each side can feed an animal. Feeding bowls may not unlock until after the first tame quest. Most animals breed when you have 2 or more, which can fill up your space pretty quickly. You can just take a few out for some materials and the cycle starts over. Each bait and food will require different materials that you should stockpile for farming later. I'm now going over what to expect when taming animals before we go into each location, to cut down on time and to make the video structured better. First, make sure you have the right bait on the hotbar. I've thrown the wrong bait too many times to count, so this has to be tip number 1. You can pick up thrown bait, like if an animal isn't interested in it or it rolls down a mountain really far away, just go pick it back up. When you've thrown the bait and are sneaking up to an animal, stop when you see the question mark or you'll make it run and lose any progress you've made already. After you've pet an animal, move in the opposite direction of where it's going. Being too close after a feeding will cause the exclamation mark to fill up very quickly, losing a heart in the process. Another thing after a successful pet, the animal won't eat any more bait until it stops its walking animation, so don't toss a bunch of food out. Sometimes when an animal is eating the bait, only an exclamation mark will come up. Try going at the animal from behind if possible, or consider that piece of bait gone, and try again when the animal finishes it. I'll add anything for specific animals when we get to them, but keep these tips in mind for all of them. Starting with the goat, because they're one of the first animals you can come across in the game. You can find goats in pretty much any area of the map, especially at farms. If you look at my map, you can see these locations for more goats. Fresh out of the Cinder Vault and into the starting area, you'll find these goats near a pack of wolves, and you should really take out the wolves before attempting the tame. Goats only need 1 heart to be tamed. The Hophare can generally be found across the whole map, but the best luck I've had is over in the Low Meadows area. I've marked 2 locations where you can find the Hophare from the Low Meadow Spire. These only require 1 heart to tame, making them super easy. The Fae Deer can be found in Revelwood's jungle areas, and I've marked 2 different locations on my map you can go to. Fae Deer are pretty straightforward, only require 2 hearts to tame. The flightless redtail can be found all over the Nomad Highlands, but I highly recommend going to the ones right below the Nomad Spire. There should be a teddy bear creature nearby, so take that out before you start to tame them. The birds only require 2 hearts to tame. The cat can be found at the Alchemist Tower, just south of the Revelwood Spire and northeast of the Springland Spire. You'll definitely want to clear out all the rats before attempting this tame. If you attack rats while taming, you'll lose all your progress. The cat can also get stuck in a lot of items around the room, so try keeping the bait in the middle of the room. The cat requires 3 hearts to tame, and in a small room, it can be very difficult to get the first try. The dog is found in a cage in Thornhold, southeast of Revelwood Spire and northeast of Springland Spire. When you get here, you'll have to take out a whole camp worth of enemies, so come prepared to fight. The dog only requires 2 hearts, making it an easy tame. The Fizzy Goat is quite common to come by in Albaneve Summit. You can go to one of many farms around the area to find them. But where I've marked, near the marble quarry, you'll find a nice area to do it. You need to take out the 3 birds in the area to make the taming process go smoother. The Fizzy Goats are pretty tricky to tame and they always give me the most trouble. They will go in unpredictable ways and get exclamation marks without reason. Just try not to get annoyed and be prepared to use a ton of bait. The Fizzy Goat requires 3 insanely demanding hearts to tame. The yak can be found in just as many locations in Albaneve as the Fizzy Goat. I've marked some places on the map, but we're headed to the same marble quarry where we just got the Fizzy Goats. Unlike the Fizzy Goats though, yaks are generally easier to tame. You'll just need to wait till they'll eat bait again. Sometimes it takes a while for no reason. The yaks require 3 warm hearts to tame. Thank you so much for making it to the end of the video. If you did enjoy it, please leave a like and subscribe for more content coming.